Binance just did their first burn, and now the price of Terra Classic is dumping. We're going to look at what exactly is going on and whether this dump is going to continue or if we're going to see the price turn around and go higher. All right, so here we have Terra Classic, and as you can see, price has started to dump here. We're going to look at this in just a sec, but first, real quick, we're going to look at this Binance announcement of the burn. So here they have the official announcement. You can see batch 1 total Luna Classic burned about 5.6 billion, and that is equal to $1.86 million worth. So yeah, 5.6 billion, and you know, it's a big number, but it's not quite what people were expecting. And so now we're seeing price down here, and we're seeing the price start to dump. So what's going on here? Well, most people were expecting the burn to be around 15 billion, somewhere in the teens. And I said in my video yesterday, I said if this burn turns out to be under 10 billion, if it's in the single digits, then we're likely to see a sell-off, and that's exactly what we saw here. Because I mean, 5.6 billion, it's still a super massive burn compared to what we've had in the past, but whenever things, you know, it wasn't up to expectations, so it's a bit disappointing to people. So whenever things don't quite meet expectations, then you usually see a sell-off instead, because yeah, like this whole pump here was because of these burns and the expectations of burns being in the teens. So didn't quite live up to that. So we saw the sell-off, just like I warned about. And yeah, but what you have to keep in mind is it's still a massive burn. I mean, this is much faster burns than we've seen in the past. So long run, this is still super bullish, but here in the short term, it's just a bit disappointing. Didn't quite meet expectations. So we're seeing this sell off here in the short term. Now, question is this going to dump lower? Well, if we look here, we dumped right down to this previous resistance at 31, and now we're seeing a bounce here. So it looks like this previous resistance is now acting as support. We're getting a little bounce here at this level. So potentially we could have a nice little bounce here. We haven't broken through this support yet. Of course, if we do break this support, then we are going to dump lower. But as long as this support holds, then we actually can continue this uptrend. And if we zoom out here, we did start swinging up into a little uptrend here because of this Binance burn news. And yeah, we're still above this support here. So if we see a bounce here, we could potentially come back up to this resistance at 37. If we break through that, then we could just keep continuing this uptrend and go all the way up to 45. But of course, if we break the support, then that will be pretty much the end of this uptrend here, and we'll likely just keep going sideways for a while, and it could turn into something like this where we go sideways for a while. But so far, we're still above the support, so not too concerned yet. And if we look over here at Bitcoin real quick, what's going on with the whole market? So Bitcoin up a little bit today, 19,500, and so the Federal Reserve had their closed board meeting today. I haven't really heard what exactly they discussed, as it was a closed meeting. But yeah, I mean, the whole global economy is on the verge of collapse, and I know it sounds super bad, but this actually could be very good, because if everything's on the verge, if everything starts to collapse, then the Fed and central banks will basically be forced to stop the rate hikes and start cranking the money printer again to stop the collapse. And so as soon as that happens, Bitcoin and the whole crypto market is going to head to the moon again. So that could happen potentially within the next few months. Would not be surprised. So yeah, we'll see if we see the bottom of this bear market here in the next few months. But yeah, Luna Classic dumping down a little bit here in the short term, but we still are holding above this support level. If we break it, then yes, we will dump lower, but as long as we hold above 31, we should see a bounce here and maybe even come back up to 37. So we'll see. And remember, guys, even though 5.6 billion may be a bit disappointing, not quite what we expected. I mean, they still burned $1.8 million, which is a massive amount of money to just throw away into a burn. And it's still way faster burns than we've seen in the past. And remember, this is only the first batch. We're going to be seeing this every single week. They're going to be burning billions of coins every week. So short term, a slightly disappointment here, causing a sell-off. But long term, this is still super bullish. And yeah, long term is bullish, and we could continue this uptrend. These burns, along with all the other development going on with Terra Classic right now, still very bullish. So we'll see if we hold above this support here and if we can keep this uptrend going. So like and subscribe if you found value in this video and you want more of these updates. Share the video, and thank you for watching till the very end, guys. I'll see you guys later.